Hello everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Review. How are you? Today we're talking about a very special series. We're talking about NTV's Chosen Home, a Japanese drama that came to an end last December and that you can find internationally on Netflix. If you haven't watched the show yet, don't worry, this review should be spoiler-free, okay? So Chosen Home introduces us to Hatano Genichi, played by Oikawa Mitsuhiro, a 50-year-old gay man who lives with his two dogs and his little tortoise. Genichi is a true romantic. He dreams of falling in love and building a home with a special person. He works at the local zoo, kindly caring for the animals that surround him and hopelessly adopting all the ones that end up abandoned at the zoo's gates. There is something very childlike about Genichi, a person with a heart the size of planet Earth and a naivete that most of us lose after we grow up. He is well-intentioned but awfully clumsy, and that clumsy middle-aged man ends up moving into an old apartment complex where he meets 15-year-old Hotaru, played by Shiratori Tamaki, a strong-willed, rebellious girl who is struggling to finish her last year of middle school. Soon, Genichi finds out that Hotaru's mom is on the run after embezzling a bunch of money from her company, and her dad is an ignorant, irresponsible fella whose second marriage is currently on the rocks. Hotaru just wants to live her life while she waits for her mom to return. She doesn't want to end up in a child guidance center or as the target of everyone's pity because she is a criminal's daughter. That's why when her teacher and Genichi's massive crush, Sakuta Sako, played by Tegoshi Yuya, requests a meeting with her father, she asks Genichi to pretend to be her dad. From the very beginning, we see that Genichi is always keen to help whoever, whenever. He's always taking in the abandoned pets from the zoo after all. So it's no surprise that despite the risks and thorny consequences of this play pretend, Genichi says yes to Hotaru's request. And so starts a sweet, gentle story of encounters and farewells, of love in all its shapes and sizes, and of diversity and acceptance. Chosen Home counts on a straightforward narrative that doesn't care much about the mechanics of its subplots. Whether Genichi would really be able to fool Hotaru's school or how the police can't track her mom's whereabouts matters little to this tale. Instead, this is a character-driven script that allows its protagonists and supporting characters to carve their own paths, which will inevitably intertwine and make up the colorful fabric that is Chosen Home as a whole. Peppered with a kind of silly humor that somehow works and marked by a heartwarming, calming tone, every single episode has its own theme, let's say. From gender expectations to the purpose and need for relationships, from the prejudice gay people suffer to how women are looked down upon, from the things that make us unique to the things that make us equally human, Chosen Home talks about it all through open-minded, compassionate dialogues. After all, to Chosen Home, we might not be able to truly understand someone else's reality, but we can definitely talk about it and get along anyway. More than understanding, what this script is looking for is recognition and acceptance. Because once we are seen and acknowledged as who we truly are, we feel that we belong. And who doesn't want to find a place where they belong? At its core, the characters in Chosen Home just want to have the freedom to be whoever they want to be. Their own chosen home is the place where they can be honest with themselves, no matter how weird or selfish they may sound to others, where they can choose their own happy ending, where they can be free to love and live as they wish. This is a story about relationships that don't necessarily need to be romantic. about the celebration of the little joys and the little moments that make life special, about the communities that appreciate us for who we are, about love and revolution. Slowly, the narrative fleshes out its characters, allowing us to understand why they are the way they are. Their conversations and encounters not only establish layered personalities, but also encourage them to grow and to look at the world around them through different perspectives. Genichi, as the heart of this tale, starts the series looking for a clamp, something that serves as the glue between two people so that they can stay together. But as time goes by and Genichi begins to offer Saku the home he longs for, Saku naturally tempers Genichi's naive romanticism with a good dose of realism. By the end of Chosen Home, we realize that Genichi himself is that glue. As he gathered the courage to be himself and want the things that society had told him he shouldn't want, he inspired others to find their own personalities, desires, and goals. He brought people together, fought the prejudice that kept bringing him down, and created a space where Saku, Hotaru, and all supporting characters could find the guidance, warmth, and companionship they yearned for. While the romance between Genichi and Saku unravels with sheer simplicity, the relationship that shines with compelling complexity is the one between Genichi and Hotaru. Hotaru, as an open-minded girl who doesn't like to make assumptions, is one of the very first to give Genichi the opportunity to express himself freely. But most importantly, Genichi embraces the role of Hotaru's father wholeheartedly, offering her the parent she never really had. Genichi, with Saku's support of course, tames Hotaru's recklessness. With her biological parents lost and aimless, it's no surprise that Hotaru feels lonely, unwanted, and inappropriate. Hotaru's rebellion comes from a sense of hopelessness, as if life is pointless. However, Genichi shows her that she is important, that her feelings and existence are worthy of love and attention. He appreciates her for who she is, while motivating her to find her own happiness and make her own decisions. Hotaru starts the series adrift, and so Genichi serves as a sort of lighthouse, a guiding light that shows her that she can indeed like and want different things, that she is capable of finding her own dreams and working for them. This charming and eccentric father-daughter relationship beats at the very heart of these two characters, and as a consequence, sets the rhythm and tone to the entire show. Every single exchange in Chosen Home reminds us of how society imposes an unreal idea of normal on all of us. And because of that illusion, we feel compelled to conform to it, no matter how much that might hurt us or others. We lie, we cheat, we suffocate, we foster misconceptions just to pretend to be normal. Slowly, the characters in Chosen Home are encouraged in one way or another to spark a revolution. They learn that they don't need to conform to society's idea of normalcy. And yes, they can make a difference just by acting a little bit differently in their everyday lives. Because there is nothing more courageous than being kind, accepting, and patient with yourself, regardless of how the world may look at you. And by honestly embracing who you are, you might inspire others to do the same. So the final question is, should you watch Chosen Home? I think it's rare to find a tale with such heart and such fearless and profound empathy as the ones that guide the narrative of Chosen Home. Chosen Home is a genuine, heartwarming, and humane celebration of love, diversity, and community. By offering such unique characters and giving them the autonomy they need to change their little universe, this is a story that reminds us that we can all be a bit kinder, a bit more understanding, and a bit more open to the realities we aren't that familiar with. Wrapping up some vital social commentary in a soothing, cheerful slice of life, Chosen Home takes us on a gentle journey through the joys and challenges of our everyday existence and shows us that no matter how different we might seem, we are all mere human beings trying to build a life that makes us happy on this big blue planet Earth that houses us all. Chosen Home is available on Netflix. Quick reminder that our complete review of Chosen Home is now available on the Blossom Review, and over on Substack this week we review TBS's The Golden Egg, which you can find on Netflix and Viki. So if you guys would like to give them a read, I'll leave all the links in the description for you. Guys, I really hope that you like this video and you subscribe so I can see you here every week for a new review. Thank you so very much for being here. Have a wonderful day today and stay safe. Okay? I'll see you very soon. Big kiss. Bye.